Hello everyone, welcome to Moe'S Culture Show and Tell. In this episode, we're talking about a band that they have 25 albums, yet I only have 5. I definitely want to get the rest, and I have them on order at Frank's Music. So they haven't came in yet. They've been on order for over a year now, so I'm just patiently waiting for those rest of those albums. Some of them are still kind of hard to get, so I might not be able to get all 25 of their albums. But I got 5, and the 5 that I do have, I really enjoy, and I like them. I can't wait to get a few more, which, like I said, they're on order. So, how I discovered this band was when I was working at the movie theater. I only discovered them like 2 years ago around. When I was working at the movie theater, for 2 weeks, they were showing a trailer for a documentary movie, okay? And when I first saw the trailer, I honestly thought it was a parody movie. I didn't think it was a real band. I actually thought the movie that this trailer that I was watching, trailer by Edgar Wright, the same guy who actually directed Scott Pilgrim and other things. Well, this trailer was it was called the Sparks Brothers, and it was talking about this band here, the Sparks. This is their debut album. Okay, this is not the first album I got of them, but I'm going to go in chronological order. This is 1972, and when they did this album, well, they did a couple of other albums under another name called Half Nelson, but they changed their name to Sparks, and they released this album, and it didn't do very well. It barely sold. It's not a bad album. I actually kind of enjoy it. The first song is particularly good, the Wonder Girl. This is their self-titled debut album. Yeah, Wonder Girl is actually pretty good. Then there's Fa La Fali, Roger, High C, Fletcher's, what's that last word? Fletcher's Honorama. Then Simple Ballet, Slow Boat, Biology 2, Saccharine and the War, Big Bands, and No More Mr. Nice Guy. And no, it's not a Alice Cooper parody. But yes, this is actually not bad, but this is not their highlight. They didn't actually do well with this album. Is when they went to England, actually. They went to England, and then they made their next album, which is 1974's Kimono My Dragon. And the first video I saw of Sparks was the first track of This Town Ain't Big Enough for the Both of Us. If you want to stop this video right now and go and watch that video first and then come back to the rest of this video, do so right now. Now, if you did do that, haven't seen that, isn't that some mustache on him? I mean, there's the guys right here. Look at the mustache on him, okay? Now, if he can pull off a Charlie Chaplin mustache, I'm not going to name that dictator, because it's sad that a dictator like that could ruin a cool mustache. I actually like that mustache on him. And in the video, and in the way he looks and everything, and with that mustache, I tell you, it's such an intriguing thing. And these are brothers. That's on the where is it? Right here. This guy right here. That's Russell Mael, and there's Ron Mael. And there's the rest of the band. I mean, there's the rest of the band here, but they're a good band too. They're a rocking band. This album is actually pretty darn rocking. But it was from that 2-minute trailer from the movie theater, and it only played for 2 weeks, and I was intrigued. I had to look it up. I went home and I looked it up, and I'm like, no, that's a real band. I thought it was like some sort of a Spinal Tap or something of that nature. I thought it was a parody movie. I thought it was a made up band and just for this movie, and nope, they existed, and yeah, I couldn't I couldn't believe it. I had to dive in more. But then the next song, second song, Amateur Hour, then Falling in Love with Myself again, Here in Heaven, then there's Thank God It's Not Christmas, then there's Hasta Manana Monsieur, then there's Talent is an Asset, Complaints, In My Family, and Equator. That's the album. But this one, this copy here has some bonus tracks. It also has Barbecuity, Lost and Found, and Amateur Hour live at the Fairfield Halls in 1975. So this is 1974, and this is a decent album. I when I first got this, and this is the first album I got of Sparks, and I was playing this a lot. I was playing like almost like every day for a couple of weeks. Yeah, this was on I like it's so they're so catchy, and yes, even though Russell here can go in a high register, it's because he plays the keyboard. You know, he's a keyboardist, and he's actually really good. He writes all the songs, all the lyrics, and he's just the frontman, the singer. You know, the band is really them two. They are the two main guys, but this backup band, they know their stuff. Yeah. I highly recommend picking up this album and checking it out because and look at that cover. It's pretty darn cool. But it's getting the next album. It's when I got this next album, and it's the same year. It's 1974. It's called Propaganda. I like this more. I thought this was something special, but this I like even better because I just the lyrics. If you go through, you have to really pay attention to the lyrics because it's all about those lyrics. There's such double meanings and such greatness, and look, it's red on dark black. That's kind of really hard to read, so I'm going to go with my magnifying glass and I'm going to read you the set list on here because it has a tiny little intro like of the title track called Propaganda. It's like maybe only like 12 seconds long. But then it goes with the what I consider the first track. It was just at home, at work, at play. It's like my third favorite song on the album, but my two favorite songs is the next two. Reinforcements, the track number 3. It's because when you hear the lyrics, okay, it's written from a point of view of from a soldier's point of view, but the soldier is not talking about war. It's not a soldier of war. It's a soldier of love. And the enemy he's actually talking about, you think he's talking about like an enemy, like another army, but no, he's actually talking about about a woman. The enemy he's actually talking about is a woman. So it's that weird double entendre. Go through the lyrics. I think they're so great. And then the next song is BC, which is about like a family unit of Aaron. There's A, Aaron, B, Betty, and C, Charlie. And it's about the family unit, and it's a really catchy song again. go and check out those songs in particular. Reinforcements and BC, because the I've since I bought this, I swear I must have played this at least. And I've only bought this maybe a year ago, but I played this at least 30. Oh, no, more than that, at least 50 to 60 times in the last year. I play this like obsessively too much. Like I can't get enough of it, especially those songs in particular. But then, but not to take away from the rest of the tracks, because they're awesome too. You get thanks, but no thanks. And again, that's another awesome song because it's written from a when you understand the point of view what the character in the song is saying. Yeah, it's like, oh, it's so clever. It's probably, I would like, as all the lyrics that I've ever heard from any band. I'm a real lyric lover. I love lyrics to songs and stuff. As much as I love music and the guitar playing of other stuff in that, I'm a huge fan of clever. This band, Ron, especially Ron, and look at that cover. Ron with the mustache there. He is the most clever lyricist I have ever heard. His rhymes and his double entendres, and just the way he changes the point of view, that you think you think he's talking about one thing, but no, he's talking about something completely different. And I friggin' love it. I think it's fantastic. And look at that cover. Look at that cover. They're bound up. Where are they going? Where are they going? Then you turn around the back cover, okay? But now they're in the back of a car, and it's in the garage being tuned. It's like, where are they heading? It's like, and you don't know what the order of it is. But I gotta show you more of this because it's just too, yeah. And then you got this here. It's like, okay, now they're on a bed, and there's a like, what's this thing about? Sparks propaganda, the propaganda. Yeah, it's clever. It's I can't get enough of those lyrics. So I can gush about this all night. This one here, because it's just one of my favorite. Oh, I don't think I've gone through all the title tracks yet. Yeah, all the titles yet, because then it goes, "Don't leave me alone with her. Don't my sweat and shaking register? Because if you walk on, who'll say no to her?" I love his lines. I love his lyrics. Then there's "Never Turn Your Back on Mother Earth," which it's a good song. There's a video for that too. Then there's "Something for the Girl with Everything." Another funny song. Again, I love the lyrics. Then there's "Achoo." Then probably my least favorite song, but I still think it's really catchy and fun. But it is my least favorite song on the album, is "Who Don't Like Kids," and because it's just the way he sings it, it's a little weird. He's saying, "Now who don't like kids?" But the way he's saying it, to me, it's like he's saying, "Now who took my keys? Now who took my keys?" But that's not what he's saying. He's saying, "Now who don't like kids? Now who don't like kids?" But it cracks me up. It makes me laugh. And then there's who. Oh yeah, I already read that. And then the last track on the album, "Bon Voyage," which again I enjoy that. But this has a couple of bonus tracks. Yeah, it has Albany Right, and then "Marry Me," and then there's a little interview. Yeah, a Saturday Scene 8/11/74. So yeah, that's the date. And Yeah, it's an awesome album. I suggest anybody like it's so far as I know, this is my favorite album of Sparks. Now fast forward into like a couple of decades because I don't have any albums out. Uh, I don't have any albums for at least the next 2 decades. The next album I have of them is 2019's Gratuitous Sax and Senseless Violence. Yeah, again, you get that entendre, gratuitous sax and senseless violence. It's a play on words. If you know the original phrase, good for you. But Sparks' all new album, it has such a cool concept to them. There's Ron, and there's Ron on the left and Russell on the right with the glasses, and looking down at his plate. Interesting. It's three. There's 3 discs in this one. It's a cool. Yeah, it's a cool set. So yeah, there's 3 discs in each of those sleeves here, and here. Not this one. This one has a booklet. But anyway, yeah. So it's quite a track list, but I'll get into it here because on the first disc, you have it starts off with a little intro of gratuitous sax. Then number 2 is when do I get to sing my way. Then there's track number 3, When I Kiss You I Hear Charlie Parker playing. Frankly, Scarlett, I don't give a damn. I thought I told you to wait in the car. That's track number 5. That's a funny title. I love that. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. Now, track number 7 is my favorite song on there. Is Now That I Own the BBC. It's so catchy. Then there's Sui Hark, featuring Sui Hark and Bill Kong. And then there's The Ghost of Liberace. Then they do Let's Go Surfing. Let's Go Surfing. So I'm not sure. I think that's originally theirs, but that makes me think of another group. And then it ends up with Senseless Violence. Senseless Violence starts off with gratuitous sax and ends with Senseless Violence. Then there's the CD2, which is remixes, B-sides, and official releases. And yeah, I'm not going to go into that, but there is some cool songs on here I do like. Like She's an Anchorman's on here. They do a Little Drummer Boy. Live, they do Beat the Clock live in concert. I'm glad I have that on here. That's from another album. But they have the live version on here. Then there's the National Crime Awareness Week. There's different versions of When Do I Get to Sing My Way and When I Kiss You I Hear Charlie Parker playing, and Now That I Own the BBC. A couple different versions of those. What else is there different? That's basically all that's on that. But it's that third disc that has something special. I mean, not right away, because, well, it has the demos, which starts off with Where Did I Leave My Halo? She's Beautiful, So What? Mid-Atlantic, The Farmer's Daughter, This Angry Young Man Ain't Angry No More, Bob Hope, She's an Anchor Man, Love Can Conquer All, That's What I Call Paradise, and then there's 2 versions of This Angry Young Man Ain't Angry No More and Mid-Atlantic, where it's actually, you actually hear Ron singing for the first time. It's usually always, everything is Russell that sings. But to hear Ron himself, the guy with the hat here, sing, yeah, that's rare. That's rare. That's the only 2 songs that I have so far that he sings on that I know of. And then there's the last, That's Entertainment, featuring Les Boham. So, but but the specialness is that last thing here. If you can see right here, there's a Christy Hardon EP. Christy Hayden EP, and it has Katharine Hepburn, Titanic, Othello, Holiday, and Boris the Spider. You can see that there. So those tracks right there in particular is my favorite stuff on this. I love that. It's because she has such a sweet voice. Those music arrangements are just superb. It's only like sometimes I'll just put those last 5 songs. I won't even play the rest of the album. Like if I have 20 minutes, because it's about 20 minutes in length, those 5 last songs, I'll just put those last 5 songs and let that play. And yeah, I like it. I really like it. This is pretty good. This is again 2019. So like a long time after this, 1974. 1974. Okay, to 2019. That's a pretty big jump in gap. So everything in between that I need to get. And now the last album I got, I'm not sure, and this might be the last album they released, but I could be wrong, and I haven't seen any new one so far on the shelves. Otherwise, I would have had it either put aside or gotten it already. But there's a steady drip, 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 and that's a good one. I enjoy it. There's a couple of weaker songs that I'm not crazy for, but there are some good songs that I do enjoy, such as the first track called All That, which is fantastic, and then the second song, I'm Toast. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a pretty rocking song that I enjoy. Then the third song, there's a video for it called Lawnmower. And what's the song about? A man and his lawnmower. And it's actually, again, pretty darn catchy. I like it. But what actually became my favorite song in some ways is Sainthood Is Not in Your Future. I don't know. It's not the lyrics. And I will have to admit, though, compared to the early stuff, it's Propaganda and Kimono My House that are my 2 really favorite albums. So like they're vastly so much better and so much more rockin' than this, than the newer stuff. This is more they've gone through many different styles, as if you start listening to their collection. I have listened to their other albums off of YouTube and that, and I want them. I got them on order, and if I could get more, if I could order more, I will. But to continue with this, there's also Pacific Standard Time and probably the worst song. Yeah, it is the worst song on the album is Stravinsky's Only Hint. Yeah, I'm not crazy for that one. It's a little wacky. And I like wacky music, but even that is a little bit too wacky for me. The rest of the album is pretty good, but that one there has I kind of skip that one every now and then. Yeah, I sometimes let it play, but most of the time I do kind of let it skip. I skip it. And then I like the next song, Left Out in the Cold. That has such a catchy groove to it. Then there's Selfie Facing, which I like too. One for the Ages is not bad. It's a good one. Then Onomatopoeia. I don't know if you can. I'll see if you can see that. No, track number 10 there. try to put it in the center. Onomatopoeia. Then track 11, iPhone. I really, 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 really do like iPhone. Then you got track number 12, the existential threat, which again is another one. I really like track number 13, nothing travels faster than the speed of light. It's a nice long title, and yeah, I like it. And then the last track is Please Don't F Up the World. Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't want to f up the world. And look at that. It's like, yeah, Russell here is actually, pretty. He looks confident. He's like, look at that. I got no pain on me. But then you got Ron here on on this side here. It's like, yeah. And there they are. They are blurred. Yeah. I like it. It's a good album. But yeah, these two albums here are much weaker than this. But they're unique, and they have their own special sound and flavor. But this here being their first album, it's a little bit more normal of 1972, and it's a little unremarkable compared to what followed. These are. I mean, this is I still enjoy these in I don't know. Yeah. This may be my least favorite album that I own so far of them, but I still do enjoy it. The few times that I have played it, I should play this more. I gotta get those songs in my head, because sometimes it's when you're not into an album as much at the beginning. Sometimes it takes a couple more playthroughs. You have to force yourself sometimes to play it to actually start appreciating it more. So a couple of albums, I can't think off the top of my head, but I know a couple of albums kind of happen like that for me. So, well, this concludes another episode of Moe'S CD Culture Show and Tell. I made this one a little bit longer. It's like 20, almost 28 minutes in. Wow. I wasn't expecting to make a long one, but it sparks, and I had a little special relationship with it. I've been playing a lot of that lately, and I kind of enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed it too. So that's it for me. Please, everyone, have a good day, evening, night, wherever you may be. Be safe, take care, and I will see you on the flip side. Have a good one. Later.